Hi guys, welcome to Zimm Reads. This is my first upload, and today I will be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag, which is 10 questions for new members of this Booktube community. So I'm excited to jump in, and let's hit question number 1. Question number 1 is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I love to read. I love to swell about the books that are inspiring me. I love to inspire others. And I just love to have conversation with people that enjoy books and love books and can understand that passion. So that's why I started this channel, Zimm Reads. Question number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I think what I can bring that is unique is a perspective that is my own, that is inspiring about the books that I'm reading. I think I can bring a unique flavor to the conversation. There are types of books and types of poetry that I enjoy that are not necessarily things that I see a lot of people reviewing or talking about or offering in the community. So I'm excited to offer my unique perspective. I think one thing that is near and dear to my heart are Newbery winning books and Newbery honored books. And they're a section or a niche or a genre that I'm really passionate about and inspired by. And that's something fun and unique that I can bring to the Booktube community that I'm looking forward to. Question 3, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I think I'm most excited about having a forum to kind of gush over the literary works that are moving me and inspiring me, a place to share quotes, a place to get feedback, a place to collaborate and just hear other people's perspectives and thoughts and to grow as a person, as well as to be a part of helping form other people's tastes and passions about different types of books and things that they may not normally read. So that's what I am most excited about for starting this new channel. Question 4, why do you love reading? I love to read because I think books expose myself to myself. So, engaging a story, a work of fiction, poetry, even works of nonfiction, I think that they when you approach books with an open mind, they can change you and they can form you. There's nothing like starting a new book. There's nothing like being hooked by a new book. And there's nothing like finishing a book that has hooked you and moved you and helped kind of form and shape your mind and your heart and how you view and see others. I love what John Green says about books having that unique capability of providing a self-inflating, they inflate us with empathy is the heart of what he's saying. They inflate us with empathy for others, and I think that that's true. I think art in general can expose us and can kind of sneak past, as C.S. Lewis says, the watchful dragons of our mind and penetrate us. And that is why I love to read. When there's a book that really penetrates deep, and when there's a book that really moves me deeply, I walk away changed, and there's nothing like it. There's no other art medium that does it in the way that books do it. So that's why I love to read. Question 5, what book or series got you into reading? This is a tough one because I've been reading for decades, and my earliest memories of reading were Goosebumps books by R.L. Stine, Choose Your Own Adventure books, Animorph books, just old school junior fiction, junior series fiction that was kind of templatized. The Hardy Boys, these all had kind of like in a lot of cases just these templates of stories where you could kind of plug and play different variables, but it was essentially a very similar story. But I loved those stories. There was something about them. But the first book that really hooked me and helped me realize that literature and that novels and books could really have this transcendent experience was a book that my 5th grade teacher read out loud to the class called The True Confessions of Charlotte Doyle by Avi, which is a Newbery honored book. It didn't win the medal that year, but it was honored. And it was formative for me just because of, I think my teacher's passion about it was really contagious, and it had a real impact on me. And from there, I moved into the Harry Potter series as it was coming out, and lots of other types of books that I just kind of discovered organically, like The Hobbit by Tolkien and others. But those early books were those Goosebumps books, and The True Confessions of Charlotte Doyle was really, really a hook that kind of set the pace for me moving forward. So question number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I don't know that I have a lot of questions for other booktubers that are specific to a specific booktuber, but I guess the questions that I'm excited about us kind of gushing over together are, the lines or the plot lines or the themes that are most inspiring to you in the books that you read, and why you read the books that you read, and what are the moments in those books that really penetrate and really impact and shape and inspire and move. That's what I'm interested in, is that essence, that transformative essence that a novel or a book can introduce into our lives. So I want to know about that from you guys. Question 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think 2 things. 1 is consistency, and then 2 is being myself. Just settling into accepting who I am and not needing to present something that I'm not. So those are the 2 challenges that I look forward to overcoming in this process. Question 8, when did you start reading? I started reading very young. I was a young boy, probably 3rd grade when I started reading, and while I have had higher volume of read books at different intervals of my life, I have never stopped reading and never stopped loving books, collecting books, smelling books, rereading books, all of that. So I would say probably 3rd grade, so 8 years old. Question 9, where do you read? I kind of don't have a spot that is specific to where I go to read. I like to read in all different kinds of contexts, but I guess if I had to choose one place that I love the most, it would be outside on a temperate day next to water with a breeze. That's where I love to read. Question 10, the last and final question of my newbie tag, Booktube Newbie Tag, is what kind of books do you like to read? So all kinds of books, but I would say that the biggest categories for me are fiction, novels, classic novels, but not necessarily the Dickens or the Jack London or authors like that, though I do enjoy Charles Dickens. I really have loved Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings, author of The Yearling. You may know her book, The Yearling. I really love C.S. Lewis's fiction as well as his nonfiction, but probably my favorite book is called Till We Have Faces, one of the later books that he wrote in his life, and the book that I've certainly read more than any other book, over 10 times. I love Newbery winning books, the most distinguished contributions to the world of children's literature. Those books have been formative for me as a young adult, but also as an adult. I love to read poetry, mostly free-form poetry like Billy Collins, ex-American Poet Laureate, as well as E.E. Cummings and Carl Sandburg, poets like that. I love old books. I love to hold an old book in my hand. I love to smell the vanilla glue of the binding on old books. I love the unique nature of old bindings and things like that. I love to read. Steinbeck is big for me. I love to read James Baldwin. I love to read, I'm looking around at my books right now trying to find, I love Harry Potter, of course, J.K. Rowling's great contribution to the world of literature and literacy. And yeah, I love lots of different stuff. Pearl S. Buck, The Good Earth, as well as some of her other novels, but The Good Earth was and is such a beautiful book. So that's a little taste of the flavor of books that I am reading right now. That's it, I think. That's all 10 questions. That sounds like a good place to wrap up, but I am looking forward to being a part of this community and seeing where this goes, and appreciate all the support. Any of you watching this far in the video, I would hope that you could subscribe, like the video, all that jazz, everything that you know every other YouTube person is telling you. And I will see you next time. Go and read and let books expose yourself to yourself, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.